Good morning, it's another day here in the shop working in the firewood man cave. Today, however, we're going to be working on the splitter. This is my Splitfire 1165V. If you haven't seen it before, it's an electric vertical splitter, and I've got it here inside my shop where I can split, where it's dry and warm and comfortable, and I can spend some time with you guys. Today, we're going to be putting a knee control on the 1165. When I bought this splitter, the knee control was not available, so that's why I didn't have it. Shortly after I got it, or right around the same time, I had my knee replaced. I wasn't sure if it was the kind of thing that would work well with its current condition. We've moved on a little. The real trigger, I guess, for me to get it is they reached out and said, hey, why don't you give this a shot? It's pretty awesome. And I was like, I just had my knee replaced. And they were like, quit talking about it. We've all heard about it enough. You're kind of being a baby, get over it. That's not what they said, but that's kind of what I thought. I've already taken the side table off. Mine has this little extension table. It's these two pins and the thing comes right off because some of the hardware is going to be a little different if you do that. They've got a great video on their channel on installing the knee control on the 1165V. So rather than going into great detail, if that's what you're looking for, I'll refer you over to theirs. I'm going to put you guys on time-lapse, put this on the machine, try it out, and I'll give you my honest opinion for however much of that you can have by splitting a couple rounds. I'd like to take a moment just to point out that Splitfire has their own packing tape. Maybe everybody does, but that's pretty cool. All right, well, that was nothing. It probably took an hour, but that's because I've been going back and forth watching the video. A lot of the time lapses I'm recording on my phone, or I'd set it up here. I also suffer from bad eyes and fat fingers and low intelligence. I bet if you ordered this with your 1165, it would come already installed on the splitter. Again, I mean, you're talking 30 minutes if you weren't trying to make YouTube videos to put this on. But when I bought this splitter, let me back up. When I bought my Super Split, it came in not a bunch of pieces, but there's some assembly. You know, that's the way they crate it up. So when I got this and we opened the box, I was like, all right, let's go out and put the splitter together. Okay. And then we opened the box and there was nothing to put together. It's like, oh, we got to unbox it. That was it. So I've been working on this as my man cave here, and I picked this stove up on Marketplace. It's a Nashua. I thought it was kind of cool. Looked like an old Fisher is what I was looking for, but the price was right on this. Well, these rounds are all covered in snow. You guys are about out of battery, and I've got to go do a little shopping. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. It's the 23rd today, so Christmas will be done and over by the time you guys see this. Hope you had a great holiday. But yeah, I'm going to go do that stuff. Let this stuff thaw out a little bit, get you guys on a charger. We'll come back and give her a shot. Little Christmas shopping, all the things. My firewood is mostly thawed out. Probably should have tried this before I just put it together and took off, because I did not. Whoa, the log lift went up. Seems to work just fine. All right, so let's talk. A few things. This is very comfortable. It's not a big deal. Some of the restrictions I have are not going to apply to everybody else. Just the movement alone is a little uncomfortable for me, but this pad is very soft, and it does contact quite a bit of your leg. It's not just your knee. I don't think comfort is an issue for anyone. When they first started talking about this knee control, I was a little put off because I really like the hand control. I didn't want to give up the hand control. And then when I watched, they had an installation video and then just one talking about, hey, the knee control's here and you don't have to give up your hand control. You could still use it. And I thought, oh, well, that's great. I like their theory that this is safer than a foot control. And I think it is. And I thought it would stick out a lot more. You know, to where walking by, you might bump it. And you still could, but, I mean, that sticks out maybe 1.5 inches further than this belly guard. So it really doesn't stick out that far. What I like about the hand control versus the knee control is that the range of motion to run this hand control is only a couple inches. Where this foot control, you've got to swing that thing twice as far. And it's a much bigger movement with your body to move it. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it makes you more conscious of what you're doing. But when you're doing little, precise splits like this, I think this hand control, I like it a lot better if you can hold on to the wood. One of the things I like about it too, if you notice, if you've got to use this knee control here, you've got to be right up on the splitter like this. And some of these pieces, I mean, these are short, pretty straight grained walnut. Few knots in them. And when I find one where the log is under tension, standing right here and hugging it is not my favorite thing. If I can stand back here a little further with this hand control, I much prefer putting a little distance between me and the wood. So even if you are someone who prefers the knee control, and I think a lot of people will, to have the option of standing back and using the hand control so that you're not just getting a mouthful of wood when it comes off the splitter, if it's coming off hot, I think that's invaluable. don't know, is this worth it? Absolutely. It's it's a neat feature. It's a nice feature. Some guys may like it more than others. Probably comes down to a matter of opinion. You know, it's sort of like this extension table and the log lift. You know, this little extension table I think is an absolute must. If you told me I had to pick between log lift, knee control, extension table, and a limiter, I would pick this extension table. But none of them are very expensive, so honestly, just get them all. I don't have the limiter on here. Maybe someday I will. It's kind of neat that you can pick and choose what you want. If I had to pick between a hand control or the knee control, I would pick the hand control. And that's, again, just personal preference. But I like how little it takes, how little you have to move this to engage it compared to the knee control. I think that makes for a faster split time. But I also think there's some scenarios where I will like the knee control. So having both is pretty awesome. Anyways, I'm going to split a little more wood here, and just because I can. And I don't know, get some more hours on this, and maybe we'll take a look at it again. And it's probably not a very fair assessment to have used it for 15 minutes and then make a judgment call on it. But we'll get some more hours logged in, and maybe we'll talk about it again.